Write this down. One of the purpose of learning is to simplify complexity. If I ask you a question about anything and I ask you, what is rain? What I'm supposed to do is to simplify this concept of phenomenon called rain. Life does not reward you according to your effort. Life rewards you according to your definitions. Please write it again. If the knowledge is not deep enough, if the concept of which you make the effort is not complete, even though you make more quantum of effort, put more activity involved in what you're doing, and your understanding of the concept upon which your actions are based on are wrong, your outcome will be equal to the concept, not equal to the effort. How? It's the concept of things, the understanding of the concept of things is where the result is created before the result shows up in the actions that we take. When you travel to France, Germany, UK, US, how many of you have traveled to these countries before? Raise your hand. These countries. Now, when you go out, when they are on the sidewalks, where they are like hanging out, like hang out, like go to garden, city garden. When you go to city garden in Nigeria, what kind of music do you hear? It's always loud music, right? When you hang out abroad, you hardly hear jazz music. Because the populace are engaged in mind. That they need something to calm the mind. But here, because we're not engaged in mind, we need something to entertain the mind. You can hardly walk into a restaurant in Nigeria and there's no loud music playing. Because the mind is bored. But when you get used to learning as a primary source of your wealth, noisy places will bore you. You can't stay in certain places. Does it make sense? You will not want to, because there's always a workings going on in your brain. Say it again. Working. Something is, so music will be, do you understand what I'm saying? You like jazz music. You like things that allow you to marinate, assimilate ideas. You always have something you're writing on because your brain is processing. But because there's nothing happening, are you following me? Yeah. Write this down. One of the purpose of learning is to simplify complexity. If I ask you a question, you're supposed to simplify it, not complicate it. If I ask you a question about anything and I ask you, what is rain? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do if I ask you what is rain?
Explain what rain
is. To simplify this concept of phenomenon called rain in such a way that someone who has not seen rain before can identify it when they see it. That's the essence of explanation. But when you're trying to explain something we already know and it becomes complicated, what does it mean? Listen, let me strengthen it again. Life does not reward you according to your effort. Life rewards you according to your definitions. Please write it again. It's your definitions that you have about a concept that determines the outcome of the effort you make. So your effort is neutral, subject to the knowledge involved. So making effort is a common denominator. The quality of knowledge you have is a differentiator. Having said that, the point I'm making is your effort is not without complications. If the knowledge is not deep enough, if the concept of which you make the effort is not complete, even though you make more quantum of effort, put more activity involved in what you're doing, and your understanding of the concept upon which your actions are based on are wrong, your outcome will be equal to the concept, not equal to the effort. How? We see people every day going out, working hard, trying their best, traveling all over the place, activities is going on, but people are still poorer than they were, even though they make more effort. But you see some people making progress, and the more you are aligned to understanding the concept of things, the more your physical activity is lesser. Because you do things that are in alignment with the outcome of process than just things for the sake of doing them. Does that make sense? And I said you don't have to lose your leg to have my wisdom. Because I know that I'm physically disadvantaged, So I'm always questioning, why should I get involved in this? Because the amount of energy I will use to get to that door is always higher than your own. So I have to, what do I do to not to get there? Not, do you understand? To reduce my energy, because it's a lot of physical activity to get the same result you're getting. And because of that, you might take your energy that you have for granted and do things anyhow because you're not exerting much energy. The danger is you might end up not being as successful as you want to, as early as you want to, because you have an illusion of energy. You will not always be this energetic. You will not always be. So while you're gifted with the energy you have, use wisdom to get the result before the energy depletes. Please write it down. While you're gifted with the energy, physical fitness, bodily wise, you're young, your energy is great. Let knowledge and wisdom drive the use of that energy so that by the time you are no longer physically in this energetic level at the age of 60, 70, you have used the wisdom to get the result. At that time in your life, energy is no longer your greatest input. Yes. Because whether or not you like it, as you grow older, your energy level depletes because your metabolic processes will also reduce. It's an inevitable fact you have to face. So definition is very critical in preserving and optimizing the energy we put in the things we do. Anything you cannot define, finish it, overwhelms you. Anything you can define, you can modify. And we also know that there are two levels of definitions. You've heard that before, right? What's number one? Statutory definition. Number two, functional definition. And what is statutory definition? Defining things for what they are, regardless of what you think they are. And functional is what? Defining things by reason of application or use. Okay. This is I'm saying is actually the real conversation we're supposed to be having. So if I rush through a definition of a particular word and you take note and you don't understand, the reason why Mr. Ogu is stressing is because it's in the concept of things that the result of things are created before the action on the things that are meant to be. It's in the concept of things. The understanding of the concept of things is where the result is created before the result shows up in the actions that we take. So if your actions is anchored around the wrong ideological framework of a thing, even though you put massive action, the result will still not be the same. You can never achieve a goal you've not set, but we must understand what goal is before we can set it. Okay. For you to set goals, you must have vision. So I'm decoupling it now. You can't set a goal. If I define what goal is, you find out that even if I teach you about goals, without teaching you the broader picture of the concept of things, which is vision, your goal, your capacity to set goals will be limited because it is not proceeding from a bigger concept, a larger, broader perspective of life, which is vision. So vision precedes goals. Does it make sense? Okay. Now, even at that, between vision and goal, right? In between is purpose. So let's put it like this. Vision is destination. Purpose is direction. So now goal is transferring both into an entity for manifestation. Vision is destination, the ultimate thing that you almost want to be or you are. Purpose is the direction for that vision. Goal is the transfer of that destination and that direction into an entity that's going to manifest the vision. So the purpose of setting goal is to manifest a vision. Does that make sense? Goal is destination. Vision is destination. Purpose is direction. Goal is transferring the destination and direction into an entity for manifestation of that vision. Does it make sense? Okay. The reason why I'm teaching like this, is there is something I want to accomplish through you. So I have a selfish purpose for teaching you to be successful because I already have an idea of what I want to achieve. That's driving the way I'm teaching. My ultimate goal and vision is for the people that are listening to me to manifest a particular outcome. Hence, the reason why the detail in my teaching is more important than the actual teaching itself. How many of you take supplements? Supplements? Vitamin C. How many of you know there's a new type of technology now, mode of delivery, that is called, if you're taking collagen, it's called hydrolyzed collagen or liposomal vitamin C. Liposomal. Or hydrolyzed. So if you take 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, before your body breaks it down, you must have finally gotten up to 300 or 400 because the other 700 is gone because some of them will not process, your body will not process it. So they have to now break it into droplets. So that medicine, that supplement is put into what's called liposomal function, where it is into small droplets that you get maximum absorption of the 1,000. So if you took 1,000 vitamin C, your body gets actually 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. If it's not liposomal, even though you took 1,000 mg of vitamin C, your body will only get 400. So liposomal or hydrolyzed is put it in peptides, small droplets that your body will have full absorption. So you can call my teaching liposomal teaching, where I break down every single word I'm teaching so that the level of assimilation and understanding is high. So by the time you leave me here, application becomes easy because I broke down the knowledge in bits that can make you to understand and apply it. Does that make sense? Okay. Now,